and I have to look after them like children. So when I look after, I become a parent, and when they look after me, I become a children. That is why we say Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, Samasta Sanmangalani Bhavantu. These are all the things that we say. We don't preach at killing any human being. Killing any human being is wrong. If he has got a bad qualities, remove the bad in him. Don't kill a bad man. When the bad is removed, automatically every human beings become good. So that is the purpose of life. As such, God in Dharma is basically to conquer. The Panchabhutas. That is the concept of God. So out of the God, that is the Panchabhutas, you have to meet the Paramatma. So there is a link between the Devaru and the Paramatma. Deham Devalayam Proktam. From the Deha, you have to do the sadhana. The purpose of birth is to move toward the Paramatma. Without Sharira, you can't do it. That is why they said Sharir Matram Kalu Dharma Sadhanam. Dharma means becoming as mighty as the Almighty, what is called as Dharma. So Sharira Matram Kalu Dharma Sadhanam. Become as mighty as the Almighty. That is the purpose of life. But in the case of a religion, what happens is, it says, no, you can't become the God. You can't become the mighty. The basic philosophy is, you are a very weak person. That is why you are taken birth. You are a sinner. That is why you are taken a birth. Since we are all sinners, who are you? They said, we are company of sinners. Then what are you? I am related to him as a sinner and he is related to me as a sinner. We are all company of sinners. That is why we call each other as cousins. The word concept of cousin does not arise at all, because we are not company of sinners. We have come to overcome all these things to become mighty. If there is any element that is obstructing me in that path, I cleanse the path. So the sinner word is not attached to the body. We have come to see that a purification is the purpose of taking birth. So I purify the matter, move as far as possible, that is possible, in the direction of the Almighty. Enrich the soul, because soul is the basic strength. As such, in the Dharma what we have got is, enrich the soul and make the soul stronger. It is the soul that takes birth again and again. As such, if human strength is to be increased, we have to make an internal travel using the energy of the eternity of God. So God is utilized to make this matter pure and to move upward. That is the purpose of the Devara Puja is needed. So Devara Puja is basically purification of the matter within the human body. And when the purified matter conducts the energy very easily, as such you can think of any subject. Any subject you can penetrate. That is why this Devasthana has come. So Devasthana is not for the blessings of the God. On the contrary, possessing the God is important in Dharma, not the blessings. Possess that energy. Make as that your energy. You are a child of the Paramatma. The Paramatma has created the God because he has created the Panchabhutas. As such, you are a son of the Paramatma. You are entitled to possess all the wealth that is there in the Panchabhutas. As such, the Agama says, control the Panchabhutas, control the God. Through the mantras, become that energetic, become a Brahmana. That is what it says. As such, the mantras controls the God. And the mantras are controlled by a Brahmana or a Brahmagnani. So here the question is conquering comes in Dharma, whereas in a religion we say, oh, it is not possible for me. So the God has sent me one person because they want to duplicate and send. Can we have an agent between my father and myself? My father is Paramatma, Almighty. So Almighty will not send any agent, because as we have seen that no father uses an agent to give good to his children. The children automatically can link with the father and they can talk directly. But this has been avoided in the religion, making every human a servant of somebody. Then a hierarchy was created from the Devaduta to the various levels. You call it as a mullah or even Hindu Dharma. A religion has come as a Purohit. No hierarchy is needed. You are directly between the Paramatma and the person. So the hierarchy means you are becoming a subservient of somebody. So becoming a servant is the purpose of the religion. To make every human a servant of somebody, telling that he is unknown, you cannot see him. As we have explained in science what is Paramatma and God, when once it is understood, it becomes very easy for you. They said, no, you can't understand the God. God is something mighty. You can't understand Him. So for that the God has sent an agent. So the agency has been given from the Paramatma to the human. In between, agents were created. These agents are called as what is called as the messengers of the God. There are no messengers of the God. Everyone is a child of the Paramatma. Including the Christ, including the Prophet. Everyone is a child of the Paramatma. Everyone is entitled to move toward the Paramatma. As such, no agency is needed. As such, no intermediary persons are needed in the case of the Dharma. Dharma says it gives pure technical transfers of energy in the Yoga Shastra. Purification of matter, we have got an Ayurveda Shastra. As such, adopt the science. The science is called Shastra. And adopt the science and make an internal journey and become as strong as possible. Then, the Paramatma, the is an intermediary. Without mind, nothing can be done. The mind controls all the Agnis, the Agni of the Paramatma as well as the Agni of the physical body, the energy of the physical body as well as the energy of the Paramatma. It is the mind that makes a transition between the Paramatma and the physical body. If that is the case, what is this mind to be called? The mind can increase the quantum of energy to the level of the Paramatma. It is the greatest fire that you can think of. The greatest fire in the Vedic terminology is called as Bhagha. So anything that is done with the help of the mind is called Bhagavanta. So whenever the energy transfer takes place through main air as the medium, it is called Bhagavanta. The mind can travel inwards as well as outwards. As said, the Bhagavanta can travel inwards as the Bhagavanta can travel outwards. The Bhagavanta travels inwards, keeping all the organs intact. The Bhagavanta travels outwards also with all the organs. So it means he attracts all the organs, because the mind attracts all the organs in the body. All the energy in the body is under the command of the mind. All the energy that goes to the Paramatma is also under the command of the mind. As said, the mind can go inwards and reach the Paramatma, or go outwards and reach the external world. But whenever it reaches inwards or outwards, it has got an attraction of all the organs. So the attraction is called as Karshati. So the mind is called as Karshati, the one which attracts. And this Karshati is what is called as Krishna. He is the crusade. He is the one who takes as a Sarathi of the body. The mind is the Sarathi of the body. He is the mind that takes the Panchabhutas. The Panchabhutas are called Panchapandavas. As the Krishna is the Sarathi for the Panchapandavas also. So Bhagavanta means what you can reach out of the mind is the story of the Bhagavanta. So what the mind can do is the narration of the story of the Krishna. What the mind can do in the physical body is the narration that has been taught in the Bhagavad Gita. It has been taught in the Mahabharata. It is also told to the Parikshita Maharaja also. We are all Parikshitas because we have come for an examination to become enlightened. But in the process we could not become enlightened. Consequently, I am appearing for the examination repeatedly. So I have come for an examination. As such, I am called, sitting for an examination is called as Pariksha. When I don't get the moksha, again I appear. It means, who is this man? He is appearing every time for the examination called Pariksha. As such, this person is called as Parikshita. Because he could not get the Indriyas, all these problems came into existence. So they wrote how to control the Indriyas, how to conquer the Indriyas, how the mind must keep the Indriyas under its command. A book was written. That book is what is called as Bhagavata. So Bhagavata is to make the mind stronger. That is the purpose. What is the capacity of the mind? How much capacity is there? Understand the capacity of the mind is told in the Bhagavata, told to Parikshita. Then he takes the birth after understanding all these things. Then he says, I can conquer now. My name is Jaya. I have taken birth. I have taken Janana. I take the help of the mind, rise the strength. Then it's called as Janamedaya, the son of the Parikshita. So in this way, the stories have been told in the Veda Dharma. So Bhagavanta means all things that is done by the mind is called as Bhagavanta. All the things that can be done by the Panchabhuta is called as God or Devaru. All the ultimate energy of the world is what is called as Almighty, is called as Paramatma. And when I become the Paramatma, I am not called Paramatma, I am called Purusha. So when the man reaches the level of the Paramatma, he is called as Purusha. Then when the transfer of the physical matter called Panchabhuta is through air as the medium, it becomes Devata. Supposing I take the Panchabhuta with the Pranayama, read the Paramatma is also called as Devata. That is why in Sandhya Vandana they say Pranava